Hello, everybody. Joe Bacon Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Summer Pockets Reflection Blue. Where last time we left off, went on a fun trip in the woods with a cute girl, and we're gonna camp outside in an abandoned quarry and probably get covered in mosquito bites because it's the middle of summer. It's gonna be great. Hopefully they know how to properly prepare food in the outdoors. Otherwise, they're gonna be like shitting their brains out tomorrow, giving themselves food poisoning, or God forbid it's the second day and you don't wash the dishes properly and you leave soap on there, and then you cook in a pot filled with soap and you give yourself the runs. So camping in the Boy Scouts provides a whole lot of interesting experiences, and some of those are caused by, 12 to 17-year-olds with varying abilities of life experience doing everything, such as cooking and cleaning the dishes. So you end up with undercooked meat and dishes that still have soap on them because they didn't rinse them off properly. And then your entire troop spends the weekend around the one latrine, just taking turns shitting their brains out. It's great. You love it. Builds character, some would say. Character is just a nice way to say trauma, but, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, hi, hello, how are you? I'm definitely feeling my allergies today. It's not good. It's a little drizzly out, so thankfully that's knocking some pollen out of the air. But somehow I managed to wake up at 7 in the morning, which I then squandered all my extra time I got from not sleeping in, playing the Oblivion remaster again. Which we've come to the conclusion that it is a remaster because it is running on the exact same engine as the original, just with a few tweaks and a new coat of paint on top. And the performance of it is a little rough. I have a very good PC. I have a 4080, and how many gigabytes of RAM do I have? I think I have 16. Still, 16 is a lot. Or do I have 32? I might have 32. I know I upgraded some when I changed my GPU, but I can't remember how much I put in. But apparently it's an issue with Unreal Engine number 5, which is what they're using for the new visuals. That new coat of paint is it just stutters. Doesn't matter what you put the settings to. I have it on medium. It still stutters. Nothing you can do about it. There's probably going to be a performance patch that comes out eventually, or they'll just do the Bethesda tried and true and leave it up to the modding community to fix their fucking game. Which hopefully shouldn't be too hard, because it's a 20-year-old game, so there should be plenty of people familiar with how everything works under the hood. But then there's the interaction with Unreal Engine 5 that's actually causing the issue, so we'll see. I'm still enjoying it. I had to restart my playthrough because I realized 10 levels in I had completely fucked up my stats. I forgot that in Oblivion, willpower only affects your magicka, your mana, the blue bar, how quickly it regens. Well, you see that there's the rub, because I chose the birth sign where you don't regenerate your mana naturally, so willpower is literally a dump stat. There's nothing there for me. I think it also affects how long you can sprint. It has some effect on endurance, your fatigue bar in the remaster, but that's a secondary effect. So I had to restart. I'm already up to level 10. I only started last night. So I'm fucking blowing through the early game. Already have my destruction stat up to 75. My heavy armor's in the 60s. The dungeons are starting to drop enchanted gear, which is great for making money because you'll just find random rings and t-shirts that sell for 2,000 gold each. And they only weigh half a pound or half a unit of in-game weight measurement, whatever it is. I don't know what they use in Tamriel. to denote weight, but hey. Like, one or half of those, and that's it. So you can carry a lot of them, then you can go sell them. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. I'm probably going to keep playing it as soon as I'm done recording this, but hopefully my allergies don't affect me too much, because, oof, I'm definitely feeling it. Took some nasal spray right before I started recording, but my eyes itch. I kind of like, I can feel under my sinuses. A little bit of pressure there. So, it's not like last night where I feel like my eyes were going to pop out of my head from the pressure. So, hopefully we can get a little ways in. So let's get the ball rolling, because we're already 5 minutes in. So, it's almost 5 o'clock. The sun neared the western horizon, dyeing the sky with the vibrant reminders of evening. I said we just start, but I have to backtrack for a second, because I was looking on my YouTube analytics, and for some fucking reason, the goddamn ping pong episode, Shimapong arc, has more views than like any of the other fucking uploads in the Summer Pocket series, besides like the first episode, which always has like a massive amount of views, and then the following ones drop off like 60-70%. So like if the original has 100 views, expect like only 20 people to come back. Well, for some reason everyone wants to fucking watch Shimapong, which I don't blame them. I won, so it was really inspiring. I'm sure they all enjoyed watching my struggle of only losing once to Kyoko, because fucking chip damage poison bullshit. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Maybe I should just do an entire Shimapong series, just do nothing but upload videos of fucking ping pong, because apparently that's what people like. Took us about 4 hours to make it out here. Oh, we've come a long way. Still alright? Good. Yeah, 4 hours of walking on flat, maintained trails. Well, I say maintained, but you know they're not bushwhacking, and they're walking along railroad tracks. You know, they kind of have to level out the ground before they can put those in. So, don't get ahead of yourself, guys. You didn't go that far. She looked like she still had energy to spare. That said, the two of us stared at the mouth of the cave. Hey, how much longer is it to the bay from here? Either way, we're not going to be doing any splunking today. The sun had all but set after all. And cave diving at night didn't strike me as the safest of activities. To be fair, once you're inside the cave, it's already pitch black, so doesn't matter whether it's night or day out. Yeah, I guess we're roughing it. You can never be too prepared. Thank goodness we packed all that heavy camping equipment. The tents that Ruichi lent us were easy enough to set up. But we weren't the most experienced campers, so it still took us some time. Yeah, getting on the rain fly, the rain cover, on some tents is a fucking bitch. Because it doesn't, make sense the way it goes on, but then it starts, all fitting into place. And you're like, oh yeah, I guess that works. But it's not intuitive. There, all done. And even if you don't expect it to rain, you still put it on because it's what all the moisture in the air, the dew condensates on, so that way your actual tent doesn't get wet. You also want to put a tarp on the ground as a moisture barrier to put your tent on top of that. Otherwise, the moisture in the ground will seep up and you'll wake up and your sleeping bag is just wet and everything is wet because all the moisture is pooling and condensing between the tent and the ground, and it's soaking up. Not a good time. You don't want to be in that tent when it's like that. The sky was beginning to darken. Our first day neared its end. I bit my tongue. If you don't mind. Don't grab green stuff. Kamome was all smiles, unfazed. I admired her optimism. Night had fallen. This is when all the mosquitoes come out. The firewood Kamome had gathered cracked in the flames. It roared vibrantly, thanks to the instructions in Roichi's handbook. The same handbook had taught us how to cook food in a canteen. Like a metal canteen, or like one of the ones where the bottom cup folds out and you can cook in that? Like, use it as like a little pot? We sat around the fire, eating our canned dinner. Kamome was quiet, while I stared into the flames. So what kind of fire did you make? Did you make like a log cabin, like a lean-to? Did you go classic teepee, or did you just do like a scrap heap?
おやすみなさい。男子はそっちだからね。こっちのテントに来ちゃダメだよ。行かないよ。さて、寝ましょうか。あなたはいびきは大きい方ですか？
Yep. Get used to it.
そうかな。誰かに文句言われたことはないな。
kids don't really snore very loud.
ならいいです。僕はデリケートなので、いびきの大きい人とは一緒に寝れません。その場合は外で寝てもらいます。
More like you can go sleep in the cave by yourself. I'm sure it's nice and quiet in there. Besides all like the scuttling of bats. Yep.
とても眠れない。トイレでも済ませておくか。
The best part about camping is like uncocooning yourself from your sleeping bag and like trying to find the zipper for the tent to scramble out in the darkness.
確かこの辺。誰
Someone who probably also has to take a piss.
踏ん張ってる。
Ah. Or something else.
かなり大物なのか。頑張れ。ってカモメ
？Damn, you're struggling, huh?
おい、大丈夫か？
Or do your feet hurt?
おい。どうした？足が痛いの
Oh,
か？
that's it? Yeah, you just gotta stretch them and rub them. Really massage out the knots.
でも大丈夫。すぐ治るから。
Hell, that was the worst part about hiking back down a mountain I camped up on one time. If you ever heard me tell my camping stories, it's the one where I got my car stuck in the woods, like up on a mountain road, and I had to hike down for like 7 hours. I went back later in the year, hiked up. It took me like 9 hours. It was a big fucking mountain. Got up at the top, camped, woke up in the morning, and oh my god, my legs were fucking fried. My feet were swollen, my hips and my knees hurt, my calves and my like quads were like they were like metal cables how tight they were. But fortunately it was going downhill, so it was a lot quicker and easier, but I still had to walk through like 4 foot deep snowbanks because I was that high in the mountains. Even though it was June, there was still, feet of snow at that elevation in the tree line.
嘘だろ。そもそも今日の昼から痛かったんじゃないのか。俺にスーツケースをよこさなかったのもあれを杖代わりに使っていたからなんだな。話せ。
Well, it's more like because none of you are wearing proper footwear to be out in the woods.
何を？
全部だ。
昔からよく入院してた。
病気なのか？
お医者さんが言うには体の中にあるはずの酵素が足りなくて力が入らなくなっちゃうとか、
Seems rough.
そういう病気みたい。普段はちょっと歩きづらいぐらいなんだけど、
Nothing a little probiotic can't fix.
時々息ができないくらい苦しくなったり、全く体に力が入らなかったりして全身が痛むの。
なんだそれ。ふざけるなよ。なんでそんなんでこんな。
ごめんなさい。私調子が良かったから。
Yeah, totally. That's totally how it works. Then again, you are literally a stupid child right now, so
朝
can't
になっ
expect
た
you
ら帰る
to
ぞ。
to get that.
何？そんなんで洞窟に入っていくつもりか？バカを言うな！
お願いだから。
なんだよ。なんでそんなに。
ずっと病院にいたの。学校にも行けず、友達とも遊べず。
Ah, that's why you're such a
本ばかり
weirdo.
読んでた。
You're like a homeschooled kid that has no, like, social interaction.
いつか友達を作ってドキドキするような冒険がしたいなって本を読みながら夢見てた。今は夢の中なの。まだ覚めたくない。どうしても行きたいの。
わかったよ。
If you say so.
だけど約束。きつくなったらちゃんと言えよ。
ちゃんと
悪かった。昼はごめん。足のこととか知らず。
Mm-hmm.
言う。だって
Yeah, you made fun of the cripple. How do
私
you
が
feel
言わなか
now?
ったんだし。
そうだけど、ごめん。
どういたしまして。
どういたしましては
Yeah,
変じゃないか？
そうかな。
Nope. So interesting narrative we got going on here where, like, most of the story is being told in the past, if we're being honest. The present day, you know, walking there is just a pretty straightforward, just hoofing it. Not much going on. It's not like we're gonna do any Indiana Jones stuff, so gotta get all that tension and narrative weight from past experiences and bring it forward, and like, oh, it's like pottery, it rhymes.
おはよ
Ugh.
う。おー。
Hi? Kamome was peeking into my tent. You scared me. No cigarette wake-up kisses, thanks. Yeah, I probably even brushed your teeth.
何言ってるのこの人は。早く起きないかなと思って見てただけだよ。
Just looking, huh? Watching people while they sleep is still weird. Ugh. My watch read just past 7. Ugh, and the cicadas are already out? Fuck. It was, in a word, hot. The sun was out in full force this morning. I realized too late that we should have pitched our tents in a shadier area.
はい、水汲んできたから顔洗いなよ。気持ちいいよ。
She held out a plastic bottle. Thanks. I splashed some water over my head to cool down. It was nice and refreshing. I looked around the area. What a place to spend the night it was. And with a girl, no less. Now that was pretty wild.
ん？
The aforementioned girl did not share in my sentiments.
眠れた？
For the most part.
一ついいかな。
What, did you snore?
私も眠れたけど、すごい汗かいた。
Yeah, same here. The tents did well to keep the mosquitoes away, but the morning sun had practically turned them into saunas. My entire body was
向
drenched.
こうに小さな泉みたいなところがあったんだよね。
You should probably wash anyway because you were hiking all day yesterday and you're covered in sweat and grime. You don't want to give yourself like a rash. Really?
それで、ちょっくら水浴びしてこようと思うんだけど。
You really should. You're probably like starting to get ripe. Right. Especially because you're still wearing the same clothes as you were yesterday. I'm going to assume they brought changes of clothes and it's just for, to be kind to the sprite artist that they don't have to draw a bunch of different outfits. She peered at me tentatively. And then it hit me. Don't tell me. You want me to join you?
言わないよ。行ってこようかなって思っただけ。
Couldn't you have just gone while I was sleeping?
ハイリが起きる前に入ってたら、私が入ってる時に起きて、
Oh, that's
ほ
fair.
ら水の音、なんだろうってやってきちゃうかもしれないで
Yeah,
しょ。
yeah, yeah. Then we'd get like a nice event CG. And it would be great. That does sound plausible. So that's why she's been waiting on me.
ということで、 入ってくるから30分も近寄らないように。
Half an hour. Yes, ma'am. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. I'll make breakfast while you're
あ
gone.
りがとう。
Before long, I started hearing the splashing of water nearby. Must be the same spring she got water from yesterday. There was a barrier of shrubbery between us, and yet it was but mere vegetation. Breakfast really only consisted of our leftover rice and more canned food. So there wasn't exactly much to prepare. All I could do was sit there and listen to the water, whether I wanted to or not. Awkward. Oh, that sounds like water. Wonder where it's coming from. As if. I felt empty. If only I had had some of my boys here to shoot the breeze with and take my mind off this. It's because you're like an arrow-gay protagonist, not in an arrow-gay. Sorry, bud. We gotta keep it, you know, all ages here. Whoa! What in the world? This is where I'm supposed to spring into action, right? Or there's a crocodile. And that was a stretch. I mean, entirely plausible for a snake, though. Maybe a bear? Huh, yeah, right. I wouldn't find out unless I got moving. Whatever happens, happens! I ran towards the shriek. Hey, are you alright?
なんかいたの。でっかいのが。
Huge? Oh, they're huge, alright! Wait. This really wasn't the time. Where and what was it?
そこの岩場。
It's probably like a turtle or a frog. Over here? I looked over and saw some sort of reptile resting by the water. This guy? It's just a giant salamander. Oh, a giant salamander. I've seen those before. Yeah, in Asia, they have giant salamanders, and, like, no, they're giant. Like, you think salamander, like, oh, a couple inches? No, these things are, like, feet long. They're fucking huge. They're little docile little guys. Imagine, like, if a catfish was a lizard. Oh, he's a cute one, too. That's what scared you?
その子じゃないよ。岩場の茂み。
Huh? That's a little more serious. Whoa! Poking its nose out from the foliage was a huge wild boar. What's he doing out here? He's looking for a drink of water?
そうかな。
The wild boar watched us closely, keeping its distance. Finally, it began to quietly drink from the pond. This must be his usual watering hole. Probably excited him a bit.
そっか。私がいるから興奮してた。
Hey, this ain't that kind of game. Those are even more niche. Also, not my scene. I swear I'm not projecting. Kamome's shout scared the boar away.
まあ、私も悪かったし。
More like entirely. It's like 80% your fault.
緊急事態だったし。
Yeah.
見なかったよね。
See what?
いろいろ。
There was nothing to see. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, nope. Not a thing. My voice betrayed me. That's when you fess up and be like, yes, I did. They were very nice. Good job. Thumbs up.
嘘だね。
Yeah. Fine, yes, I saw, but so what? How could I not look? Look, you kids need to get over yourselves. You co-ed skinny dipping is fine. Just don't be fucking weird about it.
何を見た？
Everything. Your peaks and valleys, your dips and your dives, your chet.
出た謎のホッサムゴッホ。ご飯にしようか。
Yes, let's. We split the leftover rice between us and opened our remaining canned food.
ツナ美味しいね。
For breakfast? Kamome ate in pure, blissful peace. Also, I don't mind tuna. I just prefer tuna fillets over canned tuna. That's it. The prior events had seemingly vanished from her mind. Leave it to a gull to be a bird brain.
何いきなり。
Bird brain.
ああ、この人さっきのこと思い出して笑ってたな。
Ah, that wasn't it. Not even close.
忘れろ忘れろ。
I'm telling you, that's not what it was.
じゃあなんで笑ってたの？
How could I not at so lovely a morning?
嘘だ。それはそれで気持ち悪いし。
Yeah, I was lying.
やっぱり思い出してたんだ。
Come on, I told you I wasn't. I'm just thinking about how quickly you moved on and how fitting it was for a gull to be a bird brain.
カモメなだけに鳥頭？うん。ひどいこと言う。
Yeah, but it's a good joke.
そもそもハイリだって高原だから鳥頭じゃない。
Oh, wait, you're right.
墓穴を掘ったな。
Yeah, but is his name spelt with the kanji for hawk?
どっちが鳥頭やら。
Also, is yours spelt with the one for the gull? Or are we just doing synonyms here? Grr. Well, at least she'd forgotten about the bathing incident. The forest around us was peaceful. What was I doing camping out here? Why was I only just now wondering that? Search for a pirate ship? What's gotten into me? Are we really gonna go into that cave? I peeked into the gaping hole in the mountainside.
入るよ。なんで？
It's a little late for me to bring this up now, but isn't that dangerous? This area is restricted. That means our safety isn't going to be guaranteed here. What if the cave collapses, or what if there's dangerous gases?
もう。
Oh, stuff words I can't speak that I all brought up last episode.
子供でも入ったんだから怖いことなんてないよ。
Like a group of kids got lucky, but it's been years since then. Could have changed. And it looks pretty deep according to the map. Assuming this cavern really did lead to a bay. Even if we were walking as the crow flies, it'd probably still take us more than half an hour to get through. And caves weren't normally straight lines. Couldn't even begin to guess how long it'd take with all the twists and turns.
ここに来てそんなに心配してもしょうがないじゃない。
Who wouldn't?
私は一人でも行くよ。
Fine. I knew you'd say that. You haven't changed a bit.
昔と同じって？
Since yesterday. Never mind. I gazed vacantly into the remains of the campfire. I could practically see the silhouettes of a young Kamome and her friends around it. I hope you see your friends again. I found myself getting a little sappy. What if the real treasure were the memories we made along the way? But a pirate ship? Did it really exist? I wouldn't put it past kids to find just any old boat and let their imaginations get out of hand. But that'd be just fine. I'd come too far to care. The two of us spread open the map and studied it. Around here is about as detailed as you can get from a map. These are your dad's notes, right? They're honestly kind of a lifesaver. Can't say endlessly wandering through a dark cave is appealing to me.
これがあるから大丈夫だよ。
I turned the flashlight on. Oh, this thing's crazy bright.
キャンプでも役立ったね。
How many lumens? We hung it from a branch and used it as a spotlight last night. Kept things nice and bright, but boy did it attract bugs.
じゃあ行こ
Let's do it. The cave looked artificial. It's large enough for any adult to walk through. The moment I stepped inside, I felt a distinctly unsummerly chill in the air. I stopped before going any further. Then, I turned around and looked at Kamome. Hey,
う。
Are you taking that suitcase with you? We left our bulky camping bags out here to be picked up on our way back. I assume that would include her
も
suitcase.
ちろん持っていくよ。
I could think of a few reasons. Not about to tell me that your suitcase is your true form and your body's just a puppet, are you?
何それ。
There was just this manga I was reading that had a character like that.
バカなこと言ってないで。行こう。
Also, cold caves, awesome. We have some ice caves back where I grew up. The state park. You can go in, go down, and even in the middle of summer, it's just ice everywhere. And there's like big quartz crystals and stuff there, so it's like really shimmery and shiny and cool looking. It's great. I haven't gone there since I was a kid. The next time I go back up home, I might just go there myself. You know, I'm at that point in my life where I don't care. I want to go somewhere, I'll just go by myself. I'll enjoy it. Go look at it, be like, oh, nice, cool. You don't need to go in a group or with someone to enjoy yourself. I'm also one of those people that I have no problem going to the movies by myself to see any movie I want at any time. You're not weird to go see a movie you want to go see by yourself. Not everything needs to be like a social function. The clattering of the suitcase wheels echoes off the walls as we enter the cave, disturbing its serenity. Though the artificial noise did help take some of the nerves off. About 5 meters in, the cave took a sharp turn to the right. As we went around the corner, while outside light was snuffed out and darkness surrounded us, quickly turned on the flashlight. Bright light illuminated the area before us. From here on out, we'd be relying on the map. And this path goes a ways in, it looks like. I guess we just keep going?
入り口から30メートルほど行ったところに細い
everyone's
木
got
の
a...
抜け道があるんだよ。
Looks like you got a bit more of a blue tint than normal. About 30 meters? So, around here on the map. We slowly continued on, carefully lighting our path forward.
多分この辺。
So small that if you weren't looking for it, you might have mistaken it for a crack in the wall. I certainly would have, at least. It's hardly big enough to fit a single person.
ここを抜けると少し広いところに出るの。ここから抜けられるよ。こんなところ通れるの？あ、地図にはそう書いてあるよ。
What?
このまままっすぐ
Am I supposed to be getting a white screen right now? Apparently.
細い道を抜けると奥に繋がってるんだって。なんか怖いですね。
Yeah, very. What was this feeling? It's like I'd had the same conversation somewhere before. Like I'd seen this exact scene play out in exactly the same way. I couldn't have been here before, could I? No, there's no way. This is my first summer on this island. There's no chance I'd have been to a random place like this. Then what was this feeling?
私が先に行くね。
Okay. Kamome turned herself sideways and slipped into the crack in the wall, sliding her suitcase through behind her. The narrow passage went on much longer than expected. It was rocky and uneven, with stalactites hanging down from all over that we had to crouch under. Ironically, a bunch of kids would have probably had an easier time making it through. Which one? Stalactites on the ceiling? I thought stalag... Oh, which one did they say? He said stalactites, didn't he? Yeah, I thought stalagmites were on the ceiling. I'm Googling this. Stalagmite. Nope, stalagmites are are on the floor. He was right. Damn, I had it remembered backwards in my head. Yeah, there's like a oh god, what's the thing where you like associate words with another word in order to remember it? Like a metonym or something? Anyway. Yeah, stalagmites, you might trip over them. Stalactites cling tight to the ceiling. I thought it was stalagmite might fall down on you. But no. Apparently I was remembering them backwards. Anyway. We trudged along for at least 30 minutes when... Whoa. We emerged into a spacious cavern. Didn't seem to be part of the mining tunnels. Had to have predated them. Okay, so which way do we go?
もう少し行ったところで泉が流れてるの。細い足場があるから気をつけてそこを渡るようにして。
Got it. Look at my watch. I saw that an hour had already passed. I turned to Kamome in her suitcase. There's something that I just couldn't get out of my mind. I stopped.
どうしたの？
Are your legs okay?
なんで？
She stared at me like a deer in headlights. No two ways about it. I hit the nail square on the head. No reason. Just wondering. Couldn't exactly blurt out that I was worrying about her because some sort of dream. But I'd seen a young Kamome struggle to walk. The line between real and dream Kamome was blurring to me. Actually, is that why you always keep the suitcase with you? To help you walk?
なんで？
She was stiff as a board and a bad liar.
大丈夫なんだから。
She took a couple steps away from me, still wearing a flustered smile.
足が悪いならこんなところに来るわけないんだから。
Fair point. Then why do you drag that thing around?
それは。
Because she's like aura farming.
教えてあげる。
She thinks she's a vibe. Yeah. No. I'd like to know now. We're on this adventure together. We're a team. And adventures are dangerous. Keeping secrets from your team will only come back to bite you. Well, I say team, but it's really just only you and I. But you get the point. I need to know if there's something important.
本当は昔から足がよく痛むの。特に寒い日の朝とか夜に。夏とか気温が高い時は大丈夫だけど。
Well, that's good.
それでも時々すごく痛んで、それで体重をスーツケースに預けてるとマシになるから。
It's like people that are arthritic, where if like there's pressure changes, does it start aching then?
本当は杖とかでもいいんだけど。
You don't want people like looking at you that way? You don't want to draw attention to yourself? She nodded. Yeah. I'm sure you've had your share of awkwardness. Yesterday came to mind. Remember how slow she'd been on her way here? She had played it off at the time, said she was just enjoying the scenery. I shouldn't have believed her. I should have noticed.
ごめんなさい。
Hindsight 2020 and all that.
黙ってて。
Oh, how are you feeling right now?
大丈夫だよ。だから引き返すのは。いや。
That's what I thought you'd say. Well, turning back now wouldn't do as much good at this point. I'm not confident I'll be able to drag both you and your suitcase back the way we've come. We've came. Well, we just gotta press on, finish what we started.
ありがとう。
But promise me something. I need you to tell me as soon as your legs start acting up.
わかった。
Yeah, especially in a cave like this, like we can stop and you can like sit and we can like massage your calves out or something. Like better to lose half an hour just like relaxing than have to like try to like carry you on our back out of a cave we're unfamiliar with. Good.
じゃあね。
What's up?
実はさっきから結構足が痛い。
Oh, for the love of... I knew you were lying.
ごめんなさい。もう嘘つきません。
Really? There isn't anything else I should know about?
ないです。
Good. Anyway, according to the map, we're about halfway through. And now's a good time to take a break. That should help, right?
ありがと
Yeah, take a seat. Get the pressure off. I looked at my watch. I didn't think it'd take us this long, but go figure. Caves weren't all that easy to traverse. Took us over an hour to even get to the halfway point. You know, I'm impressed you made it this far while in pain. Sure fooled me. You're pretty tough.
慣れてるから。
Honestly, yeah. You know, since we're on the camping and hiking topic. Yeah, sometimes your legs just fucking kill you, but you just got to keep going. And then you realize, like, oh, it's like half mental. Like, even though my legs are sore as shit, as long as I don't let that back consume me, I can keep going. It's fine. Well, it's not fine, but you can go farther than you think as long as you're able to, like, properly, I don't want to say sort out, but, like, categorize, deal with, you know what I mean. It's partition. There we go. That's a good word for it. You know, partition out your thoughts and, like, actually, like, work through them and realize, like, yeah, okay, it hurts and it sucks, but it beats having to camp literally in the middle of the trail because I'm not going to get to my campsite because my legs hurt. Like, I can sit down and, like, take off my boots and stretch out my legs as much as I want when I get there. But stopping and complaining about it isn't going to fucking solve anything. Used to it. Huh. You go that far for? Nah, never mind. I knew the answer already. This was just that important to her. She absolutely would go that
ハ
far.
リーはどうしてこの島に来てるの？
Oh, where'd that come from?
だってさっきから私のことばかり詮索されてる気がして悔しいから。
What's with what? Oh, fine. I'm here to heal.
つまり傷ついてるの？
My heart. In a way, I guess.
なんで？
Why? A little personal, don't you think?
だって知りたい。
Well, yeah, you were just asking about her medical history, so, you know, fucking pot me kettle.
興味本位んだけど。
You're honest, I'll give you that. Man. I scratched my head. I screwed up in my club.
しくじったって？
Well, that curiosity of hers was relentless. In short, I betrayed people's expectations.
それで逃げてきた。
Pretty much. Oh, maybe I did. Didn't sound pretty, but the truth often wasn't. In so many words, I guess.
なるほど。期待に応えられなかったと。
Don't rub it in.
でもさ、そもそも期待してもらえるのはすごいね。
I guess, yeah.
それだけに裏切るのは辛いね。
Yep. Just all that weight crashing down on you. Yeah.
辛いね。
Yeah. You're not very good with words, are you?
気の利いたこと言ったつもりだったよ。
Well, you were definitely twisted the knife deeper, that's for sure.
ほら、意外とそんなに期待してなかったのかも。
That's possible. Is that supposed to make me feel better?
でも、期待を裏切られるのはやっぱり辛いよね。
I mean, she worded it poorly, but she's also right. You know, you could just be putting expectations from them, you know, on you yourself. You know, they could have just wanted you to do your best. And, you know, that was your best and they're satisfied with it. But because you're such a little overachiever boy, getting all bent out of shape and in your own head about it, you could easily go off the rails. But especially if it's your first time, like, actually fucking up and failing, like, full-on blowout. Like, just, not even a contest. Just fucked it up. When you're, you know, kind of the prodigy type. You know, not saying he never had to work for anything, because clearly he worked hard in his club, but kind of coasting on, you know, innate talent, and then you eventually reach that category, you know, that tier where, you know, the wheat has been separated from the chaff. and it's like, oh, everyone's good now. And once you're in there, you can't just fucking stomp on everyone. It's not just clubbing seals anymore. You actually gotta fucking fight for it. And the whole gifted kid thing, where they think they're, I don't want to say they think they're all that in a bad way, but people tell them like, oh, you're such a gifted kid, you're gonna go so far in life. And then because they're just naturally a little bit better, they coast on that, and then they hit like a real wall for the first time and just like crumble because they've never had to experience that in like the building phase and the preparing themselves, so they have no internal structures to handle overcoming that hardship, and they just fold. Compared to someone who's had to like fucking hustle and grind the entire way, and they're honestly just sterner stuff and can take more of a mental beating. So I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. The words lingered in the air. What's your deal?
ごめん、違うの。今のはハイリーのことじゃなくて。
Oh, could have fooled me.
私のことだよ。
You?
私はやっぱり期待してるんだ。そんなつもりはなかったけど、ゴールが近くなるにつれて、自分がすごく期待してたんだって自覚してる。
About what?
みんなに会えるのは。
What, you think they're all gonna be there just hanging out, or like, did they get there first and they're all dead?
この洞窟の先にまだ海賊船があって、そこにみんなのうち誰か一人でも来ていて、私を待っているかもしれないって期待してるの。
I hope so too.
けど本当言う、多分誰もいないと思うんだ。
Yeah, realistically, you haven't seen them yet on the island for the past couple weeks you've been here. It'd be kind of strange for them to all just be hanging out in a fucking seaside cave for like a month waiting for you. Well, there was nothing I could say. I couldn't tell her she was wrong. That I knew we'd find someone. I wasn't that considerate a person.
しょうがないよね。10年前の約束のためにこんなところ来ないよね。普通。
Well, you never know.
いいの。それくらい私だって分かってる。
And if you want to think on the bright side, you just got to think that you're the first person to get here.
私、
you just beat everyone to the
小
punch.
さい時から体が悪くて、ずっと病院で過ごしていて、夏休みに遊んだ記憶ってほとんどなくて、だから私にはこの思い出だけが大事だけど、みんなはそうじゃないんだろうなってわかる。みんないろんなところに行って他の思い出を作っているんだろうなって知っているの。
Yeah, this island kind of sucks.
あの夏はいくつもある思い出の中の一つにな
It's
って
middle of nowhere.
埋もれて
It'd
忘
be like
れ
a
られ
vibe
て
though to like chain smoke an entire pack of cigarettes at the harbor though while fishing. That'd be great. That'd be a great summer memory. We should do that when we get back.
だけど
Yummy cigarettes.
私にはたった一つの宝物だから、だからこだわるんだ。
I think it might be glorifying things a bit too much.
過大評価ってハイリも？ごめん、私そこまでハイリを評価していない。
Oh, but that? So you're into us a little? Not me. Also, ow?
ああ、でもね、そこそこは評価してるんだよ。そこそこは。
Thanks?
ただ、時々不愛想だし、めんどくさがるし、評価してないところもある。
Yeah, he's a bit flimsy. I'm not talking about me.
じゃあ何を過大評価してるの？
I don't know, your past, your memories. Like, you got the blinders on. Like, basically, summer vacation in general, I think. Just seems to me like you have this expectation that everyone goes out and has the time of their lives every summer. But I think yours was something special. People don't go around having amazing experiences every day. Memories like that, the ones you remember years later, they don't come around often. Like going on an adventure to find a pirate ship? That's not something the average person can say they've done before. Just look at me. I'm not even a kid anymore, and I'm crazy excited. I would have loved to have gone adventuring like this when I was little. I'm insanely jealous that you and your friends got to. I know I'm speaking for myself here, but I'd never forget it. And I don't think your friends would either. Not something this incredible.
そうかな。そっか。だったらいいな。ハイリもさ、今日のことを忘れない？
Maybe when you like collapsed in the swimming pool, he drowned a little too hard and got a bit of brain damage and forgot. Probably not. I bet I'll remember this for the rest of my life. If we really find this pirate ship, that
見
is.
つからなかったら？
It'll probably still be a funny story to tell. I doubt I'll forget the goofball who dragged me around an island to look for some boat.
変な女とな。でも大丈夫。海賊船はあるんだから。
Yeah, we will. At first, I hadn't trusted her as far as I could throw her. But now, somehow, I knew. I believed in that pirate ship with all my heart. Kamome stood up and patted her skirt.
そろそろ行こうか。
Feeling okay? Maybe, how do you manage back when you were a kid?
どうだったかな。大丈夫じゃなかった
Yeah, kids are tough.
でもなんとかなったよ。だってみんながいたから。
No, and if need to, they could have just like turned your suitcase into like a little makeshift, I was about to say gurney, but that's not quite it. Stretcher. There we go. And just drag you through. After passing through the chamber, the path quickly narrowed again. The daylight seeping through cracks in the ceiling vanished into darkness once more. We flickered on the flashlight and carefully continued. Unlike the maintained tunnels we'd entered from, these were jagged and uneven places. We proceeded slowly, cautious of every step and any sudden changes in elevation. I glanced at my faintly glowing watch. It was just before noon. Oop, hold on, the flashlight. It's flickering. You did remember to put in fresh batteries before you took this thing out, you did, right?
もしかして電池切れ？馬力がすごければ消費も早いね。大したものだね。
There's no time for philosophy. If this thing goes out, we're toast.
大丈夫大丈夫。こんなこともあろうかと予備の電池を。予備の電池は
Yeah, we should probably get those now.
持ってきてるから。
It happened in an instant. The light went out and darkness engulfed us.
おい、落ち着け、抱きつくな。
私は何も。
じゃあ誰だ？
僕じゃないからな。
It's a ghost.
当たり前だ。
大丈夫だよ。今は電池を入れ替えるから。電池は困ったよ。何も見えない。私のカバンから電池取って。
It's just like a standard flashlight where you just unscrew the back and pop them in. You don't gotta do any
なんだ？
weird
ど
stuff
こ
to
に
get the
入って
batteries
るん
in.
だ？その辺か？
どこ触る？
いた、叩くな。
だってお尻を触るから。
There's not much to grab back there anyway.
何も見えないんだから
Fucking
しょうがないだろ。この辺か？なんだ、どこ触ってしまったんだ。ごめん。
もういい。早く取って。
ああ。ごめん。ああ。
Alright, rules of 3. Any more than that and it starts dragging.
何の音ですか？なんかバラバラって。ポシェットの中身が落ちちゃった。
Oh no.
電池も多分。
Well, everyone get down and start scrambling.
これどうするんだ？
I'll start feeling around for him.
これじゃ何も見えないじゃないですか。 目的地はもう少しのはずだから進もう。でも進むって言っても風を感じられるかもしれない。風
That's a
を
good
感
start.
じるって何？
Because it would have to come from the outside.
だってどこかに出口があるならそこから風が吹いているはずだよ。
まあそうかな。
そうでしょうか。
She's not wrong.
みんなで風を感じよう。
But whether that exit outside is like a hole in the ceiling that you can actually get to, or like an actual exit, then, you know.
出口から吹いてくるかすかな風を。わかった。
Or you could just get on your hands and knees and look for the batteries you dropped.
感じられないですね。でも何か聞こえるなり。風の音が聞こえる。違うなり。ザーって。
Hmm?
本当だ。これって
水が流れる音だな。
待ってください。思うに水というのは海に流れ込むものです。そうなの？
I mean, in theory, if we're talking like watersheds, but in underground caves, the water could just go into, you know, more cave.
一般的には。だから流れる先に海があるはずです。
Do some actual cave diving shit where you gotta hold your breath and go through a flooded tunnel to get to an opening. Fuck that.
さすが参謀なり。
Cave divers are stupid. That's the dumbest hobby I've ever seen. Like spelunkers, cave divers, like people who actually like scuba dive and like go underwater in caves are... I'm not gonna say they deserve to die, but when they inevitably do, they have no one to blame but themselves.
参謀すごい。
Just like people whose thing is like free climbing with like no safety harness, no belayers. Like you're just rolling the dice at that point.
あの音をたどっていけばいいんだね。
One of these days you're gonna get snake eyes.
でもこんなに真っ暗じゃ。みんなで手をつなごう。はぐれないように。全員手をつないだ。
あ、
それじゃあ行こ
そういえばスーツケースは
う。置いていく。
いいのか？だってあれは。
We'll get on the way back.
大丈夫。みんながいるから。
大丈夫か？
ありがとう。
話すなよ。
話さない。君と一緒なら。
Yep, yeah, everyone sing with.
何ですかいきなり。歌おう。君と一緒ならどこでも行ける。どこにも行かなくてもいい。君と一緒なら。
Who doesn't love a good children's musical number?
どこにでも行ける。
Shut up, Hayato.
行けなくてもいい。
どこでも行ける。行けなくてもいい。どうしたの？
カモメが落ちた。
She'll be fine.
俺がなんとか掴んでる。手を離すなよ。
She can't be that heavy. She probably weighs like 40 pounds, my guy.
あれ、お前。
気がついたんだ。よかった。
ああ、ここは。
川に落ちて流されてきたみたい。
You guys should be dead.
そうなの。
You should never have gotten out of this
よく
cave.
助かったな。
It should be like an unsolved, you know, disappearance on this island.
暗くてわからなかったけど、すっごく浅かったから。
It's like there's this whole conspiracy thing in the US, like so many unexplained disappearances in US national parks. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, correlation does not always equal causation. But when they overlay dots of like, this is where everyone's gone missing. And then you bring up a map of like all cave systems in those national parks. It's like a fucking 1-to-1. Like, it's not that deep. It's like some of them, yeah, it's kind of like weird how they disappeared without a trace. I mean, but it fucking happens. It's like, it sucks. But sometimes, if it walks like a duck, if it fucking quacks like a duck, if it looks like a duck, if it swims like a duck, it's probably a fucking duck. Now, I'm a big proponent of Occam's razor. The simplest solution is most likely the correct one, or the obvious solution. It's like, sure, sometimes there's a curveball, but most of the time it's the easy, I wouldn't say easy to guess, but it's the most obvious, possibility once you have all the, I don't want to say all your clues, but all the criteria laid out. All the factors.
私を助けようとして必死だったから。
まあ。
おーい、いたいた。みんな無事だったんだね。落ちたのは2人だけでしたから。
そういえばこの辺は光が差し込んでいるんだな。
天井の隙間から光が差しているなり。ねえ、見て。
あれは
光だ。出口だよ。外だ。海の匂いがする。
Well, you are in an island.
行こ
う Probably just smell the ocean from the mountaintop.
ここは海が目の前だよ。すごいなり。秘密のビーチなり。
泳ぎ放題だな。
What's what?
みんなどうしたなり。あれ見て。
え？
あれって。
Again, why didn't you guys just go rent a boat from the docks and, putt around the island and get to this place in like 15 minutes instead of, trekking for a day and a half through the fucking woods and cave like this is some JRPG mission? Huh? I woke up in darkness.
起きた。
Kamome was peering down at me with concern in her eyes. Where are we? Inside the cave? That's right, we were walking along, and Kamome slipped. We fell into a stream, and I lost consciousness. But after that, I saw something. Was it all a dream? Kamome was there, and her friends too. Or who I assumed were her friends. The weird thing, though, was that I was one of them. Why? I've been having these dreams since yesterday. Dreams of adventure, that together with Kamome and the friends she always spoke of. Was I just subconsciously jealous of her and her memories? That would explain why I was inserting myself into their team. That had to be it.
大丈夫？
Kamome still peered down at me. My vision slowly returned to normal. Streams of light pierced the cavern ceiling, illuminating our surroundings. I managed to get my bearings somewhat. Yeah, I'm fine.
よかった。
Like I'm gonna die drowning. I'm in the swim club, I'll have you know.
初耳。
Oh yeah, I guess I never told you.
つまり水泳部で期待に応えられなかったんだね。
Really gonna bring that up now?
ごめん。でも今回は期待に応えてくれたね。
Damn, you really are like a homeschooled kid, huh? Just like no social awareness. What do you mean? I don't really remember anything. What happened again?
ほら、電灯の電池が切れて真っ暗で動けなくなって水の音を追いかけて歩いて行ったんだよ。流れる方へ歩いていけば海に出られるんじゃないかって。 そしたら私が足を滑らせて。
A little weird how it's, you know, a one-to-one, you know, repeat of what happened last time, but
とっさに私の手を掴んで助けようと
you
し
know,
てくれたハイリー
seems a little
一緒に
convenient
落ち
for
た
the
の。
narrative. You know, don't know. I'm not gonna say like, oh, that's just lazy writing. Maybe we're going somewhere with it, but you know, we'll let it ride. We'll let it ride. I won't make any assumptions or
水の中で
call-outs
必死に
at
私
this
を
point.
岸まで引き上げてくれたんだよ。でもハイリー、気を失っちゃって、それで
Kamome suddenly clammed up. And what? What happened? She was leaving out something important. I just knew it. Something from before I woke up. Kamome, you saved me, didn't you?
助けたって？
Well, vague memories from before I woke up slowly came back to me. Kamome was desperately calling my name. And then there was the soft sensation on my lips. I remembered. I apologize in advance if I got this totally backwards. Just get the feeling that someone kissed me before I woke up. Alright, buddy, CPR breaths are not kisses. Entirely different, doesn't count. So I was thinking that you did CPR on me or something. Bingo. Her hand over her lips told me everything I needed to know. Saved my life, Kamome. It's not something to be shy about.
そう！人命救助！
Also, you want to make sure you fully get all that water out of your lungs, because even if you think you did, it can still be in there. And fuck, what's it called? It's like dry drowning or something. There's some like medical complication that can happen from having water pooled in your lungs like that. Yeah, dry drowning, though not a medically recognized term, is a situation where water causes the vocal cords to spasm, closing the airway and preventing air from entering the lungs. Dry drowning or secondary drowning. Pretty much you still got water in your system and your body, like, recognizes it and causes you to, like, seize up. It's weird, the wires get crossed in your brain. Secondary drowning or delayed drowning, another used term, refers to a situation where water causes lung inflammation, fluid buildup, potentially leading to breathing problems hours after an incident. I think that's the one I'm thinking of, is the delayed drowning, not dry drowning. But they're similar, like, it's like a Venn diagram that's pretty closely overlaps, like the two terms, so be mindful of that. Even if you've like gotten pulled out of the water, or you've seen someone else and they look fine, just keep an eye on them. You probably should like go to the doctor though. Go to the ER afterwards. She nodded furiously. I had no idea you knew CPR. I've been taught how to perform it several times on account of my club, but I wasn't under the impression it was something the average student knew the steps to.
ソフトな口当たりでした。
No, you want to be rough during CPR. Like, if you're doing CPR right, especially if you're doing, like, the chest compression part, like, if you're doing it right, you're supposed to, like collapse the rib cage. So, in the event of, like, real world doing, like, no shit CPR, it wouldn't be unrealistic for you to, like, break a rib or two on someone doing it. Soft? Soft was not the word I could use to describe CPR. You did the chest compression, right?
マッサージ？痛むの？しようか？
No, she only did the rescue breaths. Seeds of doubt sprouted inside me. She probably didn't even pinch your nose. She probably just, like, breathed in. What did you do to me?
何と何って、そんな大胆にいろいろとしないよ。こっちとら年頃乙女だよ。
Okay, and? You know, did you do your ABCs? Airway, breathing, circulation, pinch his nose, tilt his head back, open his airway, you know, breathe in 3 times, you know, feel for breathing, look for chest rise, do compressions.
口 だけだよ。
Meaning you tried to push air into my lungs?
そんな怖いことはしない。
What, you fucking thought he was Sleeping Beauty? So let me get this straight. You put our lips together, and that's it.
はい。
You freaking kissed me!
キスだなんてそんな。あれはただの人命救助なんだからね。勘違いしないでよね。
Ah, fuck. You're useless. You're so off base, it's not even funny. You weren't saving anybody's life. Tell me, who in this entire world has ever been revived from a gentle kiss?
そういう映画を見たことがある。
How is that at all relevant? Can't believe I'm not dead right now. I calmed down and re-examined our surroundings. The river we'd fallen into wasn't all that deep or fast. The darkness and panic had probably made me pass out from shock. What a pussy. So, where are we? We seem to be in another spacious cavern. My eyes gradually adjusted. Cracks in the wall let stray rays of light through. It was brighter than the last place.
見て、向こうに光が見えるよ。
Oh, you're right. Kamome pointed towards a dim, yet distant glow. Distinct glow.
出口だね。
Yeah.
着いたんだね。地図の通りだと、ここを抜けたら海に出て、そこは秘密の入り江になっている。そして、そこに海賊船が隠されている。
Man, we got here quick. Kamome, is your route, like, secretly really short, or is this just, like, the first, like, third? The ship was just outside here. Somehow, I was confident in that. More than anything. I trusted Kamome. I say as I, like, silently tried to not throw up on my microphone. Ugh. Acid reflux. The keys had existed, so had the map, and even this cave. That could only mean that the pirate ship existed too. And once we found it, they just might be there waiting. I did not understand. They were Kamome's friends, not mine. I never even met them. But the mere thought of getting to see them filled me with excitement. I was about to be reunited with old childhood buddies. Let's go. Kamome stepped forward and immediately slumped. Your legs hurt?
ごめん。
Where's your suitcase?
水の中に落ちた時に、そのまま。
Oh, dang. Here, need my shoulder?
大丈夫。もう少しだから、自分に行かせて。
Just make sure to hold the wall. Alright. But don't rush. Take it slow. It's not much farther. When it happened, I wasn't sure. But at some point, our hands had found each other. And together we walked, hand in hand. Our goal was right in front of our eyes. This is it. We exited the cave and were met with the sky. There we found a small inlet, secluded by sheer cliffs on either side. The beach seemed as if purposely made to shelter secrets. Likely served likely served that goal well, this far away from prying eyes. Whether that alluded to the existence of a centuries-old ship, though, was yet to be seen. If you're wondering why I stumbled there, I saw a goal and, like, my mild dyslexia kicked in, and I swapped the A and the O, and I'm like, jail? Because if you don't know, if you play a lot of RPGs, sometimes you'll see the old English spelling for jail, which is G-A-O-L, and most people don't know it's pronounced jail, and they'll say, like, gowl or something. It's literally just jail. It comes up in FF14 a lot. I wouldn't say a lot, but it does. like in Titan's fight, he has the move Granite Jail, where he encases a party member, and if you don't break them out in time, it like auto kills them, and they're like immobile and can't make any other actions, so the team has to get them out. People say goal or gowl, it's just jail. It's just pronounced jail. Anyway, moving on. Kamome and I slowly walked through the bay. Kamome gasped. There was a boat. Oh, that's not a pirate ship. It's too modern. Perched in the corner of bay, there was a boat. But it was a sailboat. Old-fashioned, yes, but just an old sailboat. There was no centuries-old pirate ship. I was speechless. That mean my initial suspicions had been true? Kamome and her friends had made their way here, found this boat, and just let their imaginations go wild. I wouldn't put that past children to do. We were alone. No one was waiting, and it didn't look like anyone had been. Well, that sucked, but that was life. Friends didn't go their separate ways only to reunite a decade later for some promise. Not in real life. Only in movies and manga. Still, it would have been nice to see someone, anyone, here to meet us. Or even just traces of them having been here. Something. Anything. That said, what was this boat even doing here? Why was it in a place like this? I mean, realistic answer is it was probably an old boat that someone needed to get rid of, and they didn't want to pay like the scrapping fees for like decommissioning it, so they just beached it and left it. It happens. Clearly this is what Kamome and her friends had discovered on their adventure, and they thought it was a pirate ship. Then what if there was treasure? If so, we'd probably find something inside. I mean, you might find like a corpse. That'd be cool. Hey. Kamome still hadn't recovered from the shock. We went inside the boat. By no stretch of the imagination was it a pirate ship. It was fairly modern. It even had electronic equipment. Oh, so this... I was thinking like, oh, this might be like late 1800s, like, you know, early 20th century. But no, this is like a sailboat from the 60s or 70s. Just a little sloop. There was an engine, too. It did seem old, but certainly not ancient. I'd put it around 20 years old, tops. That's it? This thing seems pretty recent, don't you think? Kamome? What's wrong? You've been kind of quiet. Hey. Are you gonna, like, pass out or throw up on me? Tears were streaming down Kamome's cheeks. Even though they're not on the sprite, just ignore that, use your imagination. She stared up at the boat, motionless, yet crying all the same.
Heidi.
What's wrong?
私、今、やっと全部思い出したの。でも、話してる時間はないから。
Huh? Are you secretly dead too? Are we getting two dead girlfriend routes? Though I suppose spoilers for Samugi's route, she wasn't really dead. She was spirited away, which is slightly different, but is like 85% the same for intents and purposes.
スーツケースを見つけて。
Your suitcase? It was probably still inside the cave. Whatever was in it was probably important. We'll have to circle around back. We'll have to circle back around to do it.
スーツケースを見つけて。
She ignored me.
そこに本当の私がいるから。
What? The real Kamome? What are you saying? What's that supposed to mean?
ハイリー、ありがとう。 私に付き合ってくれて、私の夢を叶えてくれて。私ね、きっと
Okay.
あなたのこと。
The wind blew. Kamome's long hair fluttered in the breeze. I squeezed my eyes shut as the sun blinded me. Across the light, Kamome said something. But her voice was oddly quiet, distant, like it was fading away. I couldn't make it out. So long. Beyond the white obscuring my vision, I saw what looked like Kamome waving her hand. No, it wasn't her hand. Oh, okay. Goodbye, iridescent shade. Something fluttered by, and as quickly as it appeared, it vanished into the light. I opened my eyes. What was he needed to tell me? What? She was gone. Kamome had utterly vanished. Kamome? Hey, where'd you go? She was nowhere to be seen. Hey! What was going on here? One moment she was standing in front of me, and the next she was gone. In the blink of an eye. Oh, this can't be real. Hey! I looked around wildly, but I couldn't see her anywhere. Hey! I made one more round through the inside of the boat, and found nothing. The only thing I noticed was that the pilot house was locked. I searched everywhere, high and low, around every nook and cranny of the tiny boat, but she was just gone. Sat down on the sand, bewildered. What was going on? None of this made any sense. We made it through the cave. We found the inlet with the broken down wannabe pirate ship. And Kamome just vanished. She left me standing there, completely dumbfounded. This was all part of some elaborate magic trick. Now would be a good time for someone to pop up and give the punchline. Nobody did. So long. One thing I'd barely managed to hear from her resurfaced in my mind. Where did she go?
Oi!
Whoa! I jumped up to my feet. The boat came up to the inlet, engine rumbling.
何やってるんだこんなところで
I
お前さん加藤さんとこに来てる兄ちゃんだろ
yeah, that's me.
船で来たわけじゃなさそうだがまさか洞窟抜けてきたのか
Nah, I swam. Yeah, I did.
ダメだぞあそこは立ち入り禁止だから
Why is this boat here?
なんだろうなずっとここに置いてあるみたいだな
Well, you can take the rowboat back if you want.
誰かの持ち物だとは思うがこの辺自体確か誰ぞの持ち物だからなとりあえず俺の船に乗っていくか
I actually have someone else with me.
それ
Kamome.
カモメ
Looking around, he's like, bird? Where? Yeah, we're on a fucking island. There's plenty of birds. It's her name.
そんなこと言われてもどこにいるんだ
Well, she vanished before my eyes. Probably wasn't going to go over well. Hey! Where did he go? I was at a loss. She couldn't have up and disappeared. That was impossible. It made no sense. She had to be here somewhere. Hey! Kamome! I say, trying to keep my my audio levels from peaking so that way my mic doesn't cut out. Doing the kid on Xbox Live, quiet yelling because my parents will come down and yell at me if I'm too loud. The man with the boat helped me look, but we couldn't find Kamome anywhere. And then the sun finally began to set. The man had to convince me to leave. I stared out at the sailboat as we left for the harbor. Had it always been there? All these years? It didn't seem that way. wasn't battered by the elements like it should have been if it had been weathered decades by the ocean. Then what was it doing there? Somebody must have put it there for a reason. And on top of that, who was Kamome? One second she was there, and the next she wasn't. Where in the world did she go?
おかえり。キャンプどうだった？
You know, I don't really know.
大丈夫？すごく疲れてるみたい。
Definitely a little confused. I'm not sure.
ハイリ君？そういえば、荷物はどうしたんですか？
Oh, we left it there.
置いてきたって、
Yeah, we'll just go back and get it.
本当に大丈夫ですか？変ですよ。
Yeah, you look like you've seen a ghost. Yeah. Sleep was out of the question. I just laid down and kept thinking and thinking about our adventure, about the inlet we found at the end of it. Kamome had disappeared. She'd vanished before my eyes. Who was she? Why had she taken me on that adventure? Her disappearance left so many things unsolved, so many pieces missing from the puzzle. There was no pirate ship, only a broken down sailboat. The more I thought, the stranger everything began to seem. Like the 4 keys. A decade was a long, long time for things to get lost, but they had been conveniently left untouched. One in the shrine, one in the chimney, one in the chicken coop, one in a birdhouse. One, sure, I could give her that. But every last one of them? I'd let myself get caught up in Kamome's unwavering confidence. But absolutely none of it made any sense. It's like everything had played out perfectly. Too perfectly. Yeah, there we go, just like I was saying. My mind was in a blender. An amount of questions that Kamome wasn't around to answer anymore. She was gone, leaving nothing but mysteries in her wake. And apparently a suitcase, which is sitting in the cave still, which we have to go back and get. But, ladies and gentlemen, that side quest, well, I guess it's the main quest now. It's just a fetch quest. That's part of the main quest. We'll have to wait until next time, because that seems like a good break. You know, big dramatic twist, you know, a new goal in sight, but don't want to get started on it, you know, just yet. So that's where I'm calling it. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and check out the Discord link in the description down below. And I will see you all next time for the next episode of Summer Pockets Reflection Blue, where we will go find Kamome's suitcase and probably the key for the pilot house, and then go in there and find like her mummified corpse or something, and it'll be like traumatic and horrific. Catch you guys all then. Later. Bye-bye. Mwah.